From Neural Newscast, this is Model Behavior, AI-focused news and analysis on the models shaping our world.
Welcome to Model Behavior, where we examine the deployment of professional AI systems. It is March 23rd, 2026. Recently, TechCrunch published a detailed look inside Amazon's custom chip lab in Austin, which is now the center of a $50 billion deal to power OpenAI.
This tour of the Trainium lab highlights how Amazon is attempting to solve the industry's biggest bottleneck, the cost and availability of compute. They are moving beyond simply providing cloud space to designing the actual silicon that runs these models.
The scale here is significant. As part of this new agreement, AWS is supplying OpenAI with 2 gigawatts of Trainium capacity. This will specifically support OpenAI's new AI agent builder called Frontier. Thatcher, this makes AWS the exclusive provider for that specific product.
That exclusivity is where we see some friction, Nina. The Financial Times recently reported that Microsoft might view this Amazon deal as a violation of their own agreement with OpenAI. It creates a complex dynamic where OpenAI is balancing 2 of the largest cloud providers simultaneously.
While that legal tension plays out, the hardware is already in heavy use. Anthropic has been a primary partner, with Claude currently running on over 1 million Trainium 2 chips. In late 2025, they launched Project Rainier, which is one of the world's largest AI compute clusters.
It is interesting to note the shift in how these chips are used. Originally, Trainium was focused on the training phase, but the lab directors, Christopher King and Mark Carroll, noted that they have tuned the hardware for inference, actually running the models, because that is where the volume is now.
Amazon is claiming a 50% cost reduction for comparable performance against traditional cloud servers. They are trying to make it easier for developers to switch from Nvidia by supporting PyTorch and requiring only a one-line code change to recompile for Trainium.
Thatcher, switching costs have always been Nvidia's strongest moat. Even with a one-line code change, enterprise developers are often hesitant to move away from the CUDA ecosystem. Amazon is fighting that by building the entire server stack, including their Nitro virtualization and new liquid cooling for the Trainium 3 chips.
The technical details of the bring-up process were quite grounded. When they first activated the 3-nanometer Trainium 3, they actually had to grind down the metal heat sinks in a conference room because the dimensions were slightly off. It shows the physical reality behind these digital services.
It does. And we should mention that even Apple has publicly lauded Amazon's team for their Graviton and Inferentia chips. Amazon's playbook is clear. Find what the market is buying at a premium, then build an in-house alternative that competes strictly on price and power efficiency.
With 2 gigawatts committed to OpenAI and Anthropic consuming chips as fast as they can be produced, the infrastructure layer of AI is becoming as much of a headline as the models themselves. We will continue to track the deployment of these custom clusters.
Thank you for listening to Model Behavior. You can find more details and our full archive at mb.neuralnewscast.com. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.
This has been Model Behavior on Neural Newscast, examining the systems behind the story.